Welcome to the Rachel Holmes Lifestyle Show. You are going to love my next guest. I have a secret, well, not so secret now, girl crush on Dr. Kim D'Eramo. This talk just inspired me, motivated me. She has a very unique approach to health and wellness and fitness and just has an amazing zest for life. And she shares some fantastic stories with her own personal story, which is so, it just melts your heart. You're going to love this so much. It's just energy exploding off the screen. I know you're going to love this. Please make sure that you go and say hi to Dr. Kim. She leaves all her details where you can find her online. Check out her book and her program. And of course, leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you think and what these interviews do for you and how you find them. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment on social media and you are going to enjoy this so much. So here we go. Here's my chat with Dr. Kim D'Eramo.
Dr. Kim, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. It's been really fun just getting on the call with you. So Totally psyched to be here.
Thank you so much for taking the time. And I always love to ask my guests, the very first question is, how did you get here? What's the backstory? Give me some history.
Yeah, my backstory. So I'm a physician and was pretty conventionally trained, but went through this whole thing where I had a chronic illness and was falling apart. And it was your kind of typical situation where you try everything and you explore and look under every rock. And I worked really hard to try to get better. And all of the conventional things, of course, that's not going to make a huge difference. But even just okay, let me change my diet. Let me do this thing. Let me stop running and, rest. And everything I tried, it was just more and more and more work. And I really found the harder I worked for my health, the less health I had. And after it was almost a couple years, chronic severe joint pain, muscle pain, migraines, fatigue, all kinds of food intolerances, digestive problems, it just kept building up more and more and more. And then I had this really, this one doctor who's I know exactly what's going on with you. And they did all the lab studies and I was allergic to everything. They up and down my arm and, injecting all the little allergens. And I flared up to everything.
Wow.
He's here's your problem. You're allergic. And you got to do this and you got to do that. And you can't have curtains and you can't have rugs. And you got to use these special solutions. And you can't run anymore. And, this is your solution. And I was this is not... There's no way that's how I'm going to do life in this really contracted, careful space. And that just had me let everything go. And I was okay, body, what do you have for me? What is right about this that I'm not getting, that if I would allow this to just move through and not try to kind of keep fixing it or figuring it out, that I could grow from this, that something can happen, that my body can actually get what it needs and stop fighting the disease. And as soon as I stopped fighting, and it was that, I could feel my body respond to me just allowing it to be as it was. And it was in a really short period of time that all of the symptoms resolved, all of the pain resolved, all of the allergies resolved. I no longer had any autoimmune illness and regained health. And, it was just such a miracle for me. And it totally changed my whole practice of medicine and who I am as a doctor and how I assist people as a doctor. And that was a pivotal experience for me and how I'm why I'm doing what I'm doing now in MindBody Medicine.
That's amazing. And I'm sure a story that so many people watching this video will resonate with. And up to that point, were you taking conventional medication and, maybe asthma and eczema and
they had prescribed a bunch of different medications and shots and all of that. And I hadn't really started that. And then it was oh, your thyroid, you have to do this. And I just was what else is possible here? And didn't go that road. But I was doing a lot of things with my diet or supplements or trying this and trying that. But it wasn't in the expansive state of honoring my body. It was in the contracted state of fear and trying to fix my body.
Got it. So who comes to find you now, Dr. Kim? Who do you work with? Who do you have?
Now I work with people all over the world because I do my work on Skype and do it online. And it's a lot of people with autoimmune disease I had, or chronic fatigue, chronic fibromyalgia, and then anxiety, depression. People, because when we're in that victim state, nothing's working for me. I have to work so hard. I can't get ahead, or there's another setback after another. It's a frequency we're in. It's not something to fix. And if we can shift out of that into well, how is all this what is working for me? How is this all working on my behalf? How can I receive this instead of resist it or try to fight it? It shifts everything. So it can be really easy and fluid to move people beyond that and get them off like 20 supplements and all this restrictive stuff they're doing with their diet to have more balance so they can eat in harmony, digest in harmony, and reverse the diseases.
Wow. So it's very much a mindset shift. Is that how you start then, Dr. Kim, with mindset and reframing everything?
There's so much more to that than we think. Chemically and like emotionally, yes, but our emotions are chemicals. So what's happening in your immune system is a direct reflection, like it's an immediate response to what's going on in your mindset. So if you're in the mindset of like, oh my God, another problem, I've got to figure this thing out, and life is hard, and I have to work hard to make money, and I have to do more, life's a challenge, it creates the chemistry of your body. It even creates the chemistry that programs what genes get turned on and what genes get turned off. So it even overrides your DNA and determines, like, are you going to manifest a lethal illness and have cancer or fibromyalgia or whatever, or are you going to just go along perfectly healthy and have a vibrant life?
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, and mindset's the first thing. So what else do you look at there? Do you look at someone's lifestyle? Is it testing? Where do you go? You know, many people watching this video will be thinking, you know, I'm doing everything that seems to be right, that is conventionally right. I'm eating healthy, I'm doing exercise, but I'm not feeling good. Or, you know, I've got unexplained weight gain, I feel tired. You know, there's perhaps no one big symptom, but probably just ticking the boxes of lots of different things. And if they go to a conventional doctor, they'll probably said, oh, you know, it's your age, it's perimenopause, you know, slow down, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, where would you go? Where'd you go?
The first thing I do is get people in their body. If you're not aware of what's happening in your body, you shut down your guidance. So it's like, oh, I got to do this thing. Oh, I got to do that thing. Oh, that's the diet I should do. And we're constantly like out there flipping on to the next thing. And you're like going for a wild ride. But you'll find, like, did anything really change? No. So what I do with people is get your consciousness anchored in your body, like actually witnessing what is happening here. Your body's a giant receptor, and you have awareness that's infinite. You have access to infinite insight, wisdom that can make major changes for your health. So even if you're doing all the right tests and studies and like high quality labs and supplements and whatever, if you're doing them from a frequency of like powerlessness and fear, your symptoms will continue to get worse. And yeah, it might make a dent in things, but it's not really going to bring you into like total vibrance and here I am. But if we shift you and get people really present in their body, it changes everything. There's clarity, there's insight into like, oh, here's this one thing that I know will make a total difference. And I'm loving and nurturing my body with food instead of like interacting with food from fear and limitation. So that shift of the just getting yourself anchored in your body, witnessing what's happening, connecting with your wisdom, connecting with your the infinite aspect of yourself is the biggest key of what I do that changes everything for people that I work with.
And possibly quite the most difficult because, you know, if you go to someone and they give you a diet plan, they tell you supplements, you can kind of do that. Where do you start, you know, getting clear? How do you start listening to what your body really needs?
Yeah.
You really want?
So I'm like really, as I'm very connected in my body, there's a lot of awareness I have. You can think of it like intuitive or just like that intuitive awareness, but we all have that ability. Most of us, we're living outside our body. We're thinking about like, what are we going to do next? What's going to happen next? I got to go there, or I hope this thing doesn't happen. Or you're anchored in the past. Oh, this trauma I had, or this thing, or the way I was treated, or I can't believe I did that, or why did she do this to me? And all of your energies in the past, it isn't available. So people get a little like, wow, you have so much intuition. How did you know that? But if you access the present, if you're actually getting all of your self, your energy back into your body, we all have this ability. It's very natural. And there's infinite power that we access. So, for example, there's a woman I was treating and she had fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, autoimmune disease, like all kinds of, she developed lupus. Her doctors were treating her for Lyme, like everything's all over the place. And she spent tens of thousands of dollars over years of time and like stopped doing her, you know, triathlons and all the things she really loved. And so when she came to find me, it was like totally scattered.
Yeah.
And a lot of her energy was in her head, thinking about this, thinking about, I learned this and I did this program and I've got this down. And she'd get like 5 different food intolerances. So she curtailed her diet. I'm not going to eat eggs and I'm not going to eat. There were like so many things on the restriction list.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got her like out of her head and into her body, like everything changed. It shifted because there's more calm in the body. There's more energy for your body to heal. So you don't have so many like food intolerances, like you can't break down your food, you can't digest this thing. Most people are running on empty. So that changed right away, and there was a lot more harmony into like, okay, I can eat different things and my body responds just fine. It settled down her pain pattern because now she's not so flared up, so her body's like not in pain with everything she was doing. And it changed the anxiety she was in, especially because when there's a lot of mental noise, a lot of energy in the head, it just spins us out and we're like thinking, trying to figure it out, and got her in her body so she could sleep, she could relax. There was a lot more clarity. So she was able to dump like 90% of the stuff she was doing, which was really just chasing things, like actually avoiding feeling what she was feeling. And we allowed her to just be totally present with all the chaos, all the pain, all that fill in the blank crap that we're actually trying to fix and escape. And that was, for me, that was the biggest key, was like, what if I could just be with this? Wait, no, I can't just be with this. I'll be in pain for the rest of my life. I'll be on the couch for the rest of my life. That's what the mind says. And it's total BS. It's not true. Just a belief system. The truth is, when we can be fully present and allow what is, it will shift very, very quickly. And that was the case with her. It wasn't like immediate. It was like over some time, but very fluid and like a lot of change. So like harmony with food, no longer seeing 20 doctors, getting off most of her supplements, getting off her medication, and no longer living in pain and anxiety. And that's what the body, it's like it responds to that level of allowing and presence. And what if I just let myself feel my pain? Not like waiting, okay, so I'll feel it, why isn't it gone yet? It's like, let me just have infinite space for this right now and breathe through it. And that's one of the first things I teach people, is like how to do that, how to be with your body. And most of us, we're fighting our body.
We need to hear this every day from you, Dr. Kim. Have you got any audios or podcasts that we can all listen to and go from that? Even with your voice, then it's like when you was explaining the lady and then you went calm. And I was with you. I was like that. And then we need your voice.
Yeah. I do have a lot of resources on the website. So it's drkimd.com. I put out videos almost every day on my Facebook page. So it's like this one video that I did yesterday where this woman's like, I had one setback after another. And then, the whole reason why I don't have my health is because this one died. And then my friend got cancer. And then and then this person was suicidal. And it's like all these reasons why I'm blaming, like, okay, I don't have my health. And it's because of all these things outside my control. And that's victim. It's like, no blame, but we can sometimes go into victim, where we experience life as a victim instead of experience life as a, hey, I'm participating here. This is, I am the universe. I'm one with the universe. I am connected with infinite power. How can I let myself move into that fluidly to allow it to run my body, instead of trying to like micromanage my life and micromanage my diet, micromanage my health. And so she was able to realize, like, oh, I'm seeing this health thing and then like looking at all these outside things, and that's the reason why I don't have what I want. But the actual reason was she wasn't willing to fully feel her pain. So it's escape, and she's in fight or flight. Everything's fight or flight. So reacting to this, reacting to that, and then never aligning with the wisdom of like, what will really contribute to my life? What's going to contribute to you is going to be the contribution to your friend or your father or somebody who's in need. But when we're in fight or flight, it's like, got to put out that fire, got to put out, that person asked me to do this, I really should do this thing. And we're scattered. So I put out this video just to kind of share what I assisted her with. And they're really helpful. Like, I get great feedback on them because, I really put my heart into them. So that's a great way for people to connect with me too, is on Facebook, Dr. Kim Duramo. And for people who buy my book, there's a great MindBody community where people come on Facebook, and I'm in there answering questions and addressing people. And it's real, it's not like, oh, just think positive, get positive. Like, positive is bullshit, right? Because I gotta be positive, I can't be negative. And we're still in this, it's two sides of the same coin.
Yes, I
So
know. Totally. Fascinating. Tell us about your book, Dr. Kim. Tell us about what it is and what it's
yeah. The MindBody Toolkit is the name of the book. It's a bestseller on Amazon. And it's really a way of, it's not just the science of like how your mind and body are connected or what's going on in your immune system when you're in different states of emotion or what's happening chemically. It's tools specifically to like, how do I shift that? Right now I'm noticing like I feel like pissed off, or I feel like a victim, or I feel like life is not on my side and this woman is crazy and what is she talking about? And so how do I shift into that inner alignment right now? Not like, oh, let me meditate 2 hours a day and I should really do this thing and then I can get there. But how can I allow that instant alignment to connect with my own knowing? Not what the book tells me I should do or what science says we should eat. It's like not out there. What's in here that I know that can guide me into that awakening into health? And so it's 10 different tools that you can use anytime, anywhere, standing online at the grocery store to shift your brain, shift your chemistry, and open into the infinite self that allows healing of virtually every disease we've ever known to man responds to this. So it's power, it's tools.
really is. And we can get that in the UK on Amazon?
Yes, you can go, and it's called the MindBody, one word, Toolkit, one word, the MindBody Toolkit, Dr. Kim Deramo, Deramo, but you should be able to find it, no problem online. And it's on my site, on drkimd.com. There's a link to the book on that page. And there's also an offer, if you buy the ebook, that it has a really great audio with it, which is one that I did with our group. It's like a coaching group where people move through this energy, and it's like inviting them to let what's coming up in their body come up because energy wants to move. Or you could spend 10 years trying to fix it and analyze it and get lab studies on it and figure it out. Most stuff can resolve very quickly. So the way you're being with your body can allow that. And there's so much power within you. So that call was like a group call that we did, and it was really useful. So that's a resource people can get on the site as well.
Definitely. And you are such an amazing person with this fantastic energy and feeling so inspired. So what's next for you personally? Where do you want to take this amazing? I love to know that.
Okay, want to hear? I'm pregnant. I'm going to have another baby.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's a really cool story because I'm 43 years old. And this part of my life has really been a miracle. I was like approaching 40, single, like really wanted to have a family and kids. And it's the same process of allowing that allowed me to open to health. That was the allowing that allowed me to open to my partner. Like I have an amazing, amazing husband who I'm just like, I'm so fortunate. And we have just such a great relationship that we just are able to appreciate, and create our life together. And then right away we got pregnant and we had my daughter. And it was really such a miracle of, you have this idea like, is it even going to go this way? And you can't. I tried to make it happen for so long. Like, okay, I want to have the right partner, and I'm going to do this, but it was like nothing. And and then all of a sudden, when I really I know people say let it go, and that allows you to welcome it. And it really was. It was when I started to celebrate my life as it was, and just enjoy the men who were in my life, and love them as they are, and know okay, here's what my relationship would look like, and it might not look like that, and that's fine. I can still go on a date and have fun and let it go. And it was a really short time thereafter that I met Mario. So fast forward however long later, I wanted to get pregnant again. I'm going to have that other baby, and nothing. And so I literally was like, all right, God, I'm totally cool with this. Gave away all my pregnancy clothes, gave away the baby clothes, and was like, we have our child, we have a great life. Totally celebrated what I have, and was like, this is awesome, and let it go to such an extreme. And it was and after trying fertility treatments and homeopathy and acupuncture and blah, 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 trying to get pregnant for years, it happened within no time. I think it was the same week that I gave away all the clothes and closed the chapter, and I got pregnant. So, I'm sharing that miracle because it invited me even more to live in the truth of everything is a miracle. everything. Because Einstein tells us, like, you either live as if nothing's a miracle or as if everything's a miracle. And it's had me just, it's a result of having let go of fear and attachment. And it's assisted me even more in like living that way even more fully.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That's really amazing. That's my heart. Oh, so what inspires you then on a daily basis? What do you read? What do you listen to? What inspires you to help you keep going with your message?
I actually have a great mentor. Her name's Sylvie Olivier, and she's very much, she's not in the duality of like back and forth and what should I do and what's the latest research and like all out there. She's so connected in her inner knowing, and that's really assisted me. And also leaders like Esther Hicks, who's like speaking from a really high frequency, Matt Kahn. So those are people I reach to when I want to assist my own alignment. And one of the things I'm doing now is more private retreats and group retreats. So the people that I've worked with, we do these incredible Skype sessions, and I've seen like powerful opening, people really opening to their essence through just one session sometimes.
Wow.
And it opens them to the health that's ready to come in. And it's not teaching them stuff. It's assisting them with the knowing they already are. And so when people have come, because when I've gone to retreat with Sylvie, it was just 10 dimensions beyond what we were even doing in Skype, which was awesome. And I was like, I got to do more of this. So I have a group retreat coming up in February for some people, people who work with me and are in this work. And I do offer people to come out to Durango here in Colorado and stay at our beautiful cottage. I'm going to actually bring you outside because part of this miracle is like we found our dream home and moved to this really beautiful place. Moved all the way across the country after just hearing about it, not even like a lot of investigation. Can you see?
Oh my God!
That's our view. I mean, our neighbors are like amazing, and I'll show you a little more.
That looks amazing.
We wake up every morning now. When people say something's impossible, like we're looking out at the range and the La Plata Mountains. When people say something's impossible, find in your heart the space that knows that you can have it. Like, wait, I don't need to live like this and take 10 medications and be careful about my diet all day. Like, there was something in me that said, it can be more. It could be so much more fluid and ease. And I'm choosing that. And what would it take to open to that? And then to connect with my body to say, like, okay, body, let go of my own agenda. What do you have for me? That's what allowed that opening in my health. And it's like totally what allowed the opening with where we're living to what we have now. And it's making the impossible possible with your health, your body, your life, wealth, money, career. My work is entirely different because I was working in the ER and trained at like a level 1 trauma center in emergency medicine. And I was like, this is not my life. There's something more. And going through those years of like, is it not? Can I really have it? Is it possible? To now just like choosing from that knowing against what everybody said. No, you have to do this. Yeah, you have to do that. Have to be this way. And I just dumped all of it. Like everyone I was listening to that really just kept me more scattered and said, what do I know it can be? And how do I want it to be? Like, what does my inner self, my heart show me is possible? That's what makes your body thrive. That's what allows your life to thrive. So we are all infinite beings in, a physical body. Great, be physical, play around with it, enjoy your food, but connect with that infinite aspect of you first and foremost.
This is amazing. Gosh, absolutely amazing interview. So tell me where people can listen to you on Facebook. What's your Facebook business page?
It's Dr. Kim Duramo.
Okay.
And on Facebook. And the website is drkimd.com. And, for people who want to tune in, there's, I have programs online. There's like home study programs. And I also have a great radical health integration where I work with people in the group over 6 months to assist them with this integration. And it's like amazing. It is so expansive. Every month is like more and more and more people like receiving and opening and connecting and having that expansion into their wisdom and seeing the results that it causes in their health. So that's, it's been amazing, like how I wanted to create that a long time ago. And it was like, oh, how will I do this? And now it's like you step into your vision and know like there's people who are there. There's people who are calling for this. And it's just been awesome to have people show up to receive that. So those are the biggest things that I'm doing now. And the resources are on the site. Probably the easiest way to get started would be to buy the book and like, you know, listen to the audio. And there's under programs on the tab, it's like some easy ways to start receiving this.
That's fantastic. I know I'm going to go over there right now and get the book. So Dr. Kim, I would thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.